How's it going? Let me know how the audio quality is. Foil Corellian Corvettes, huh? It's not a bad dream to have. Hopefully I'll be done by, about an hour from now today. I can't really go too late again. Not that I went that late, but But yeah, let me know how the audio quality is, or if you can hear me and that sort of stuff. Looks like it's just you and me, Tarbox. Just you and me against the world. Oh, there's Brad. How's it going? Well. I think we left off at was it the Death Star? Yeah, Death Star. We had a Death Star 10 and we had an Aura Sing 10. No, sorry, Death Star foil 9, Aura Sing foil 10. What do you think this could be then? Think it's gonna be another Death Star? If that's what you said, you would have been right. Mint 9, not bad. It's a really nice card. I really like this card. It's hard because in Reflections 1, I feel like the super rare foils for the dark side overall aren't quite as desirable as the light side ones. Like they're really top heavy. Like you've got Darth Vader, Lord of the Sith, really good. Probably actually the most of any of the super rare foils. But then past that, you've got Boba Fett, also really popular. What else? Executor, Death Star, like Veers, Tarkin. And you get a bunch of like random stuff like Vader's lightsaber, Vader's tie. I mean, not that they're bad, Devastator, but it's just not like light side has a ton of main characters. Okay, what do we got? Another Death Star? All right, yep. Near mandate on this one. Guess I was just firing my laser, while I was submitting these. They all look pretty good. So I've got like 6 bundles this size left. So we will finish them off today. Another Death Star, minty Death Star. Looks nice. Got to get a photo like that when I sell it, right? Cam did a good job with his auctions the other day. With his Reflections foils, making them look all nice on eBay. I should take some notes from that. Ooh, a Watto foil. Mint 9. I think this might be one of the cards I actually opened from a Reflections 3-pack. I think the first Reflections 3-pack I opened a Watto foil. And I was just feeling Watto foils when I submitted. Here's another one. Is this the AI? Yeah, it's the AI. You can tell it's the AI, meaning alternate image, by that little gold ring around the pod racer symbol. Might be a little bit difficult to see, but What do we got here? Ooh, Captain Han Solo. This one only pulled an 8, though. I suspect this may be a difficult card to grade. You see all that foiling on there? It's going to make it hard. Still, iconic character, iconic portion of the movie. Can't complain too much. I feel like a lot of these I actually pulled from packs, because this was back when Reflections boxes were sub, was it like $400? I don't recall. Yeah, maybe sub $400. So I was opening a few booster boxes with COVID boredom and submitting them. Oop, also an 8 here. Yeah, I love the coloring on this card because it's got that nice blue and red that we all know and love from the light side and dark side of Star Wars. Yeah, I really like this card. It looks really nice. Also 8. Same thing here. It's a pattern. What does it mean? To make Super Han, right? This is the one that when you have him pilot the Millennium Falcon, it just becomes really strong. Is that still the case with virtual cards now, or is this kind of obsolete now? I don't know. I didn't see people trying to do that in deck lists now. I'd imagine they've up to the power curve a bit, but I guess one never knows. All right, so I got a mint 9 on one of them. Not bad. Pretty good. Nice centering and all. Good surface. Edge white's good. Yeah. I'm happy. And now just plain Hans. So this is a Han Solo mint 9. One of these, I think Cam just sold it for over $300 the other day. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful card. Great purchase. I could see the appeal of it. I think this is when Luke is about to go out on the what was it? When they're about to go to the Death Star and Han's like, yeah, take care. I'm out of here. Something like that. I can just call you. I mean, no one may not know your will, but Star Wars CCG to the Moon says virtual Han's still good on Falcon. Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing stuff about that. I didn't play it too much, but from my knowledge of how that worked, I remember it's kind of supposedly a good combo. Okay, near mint 8 on this one. Yeah, it's nice. But now virtual Hans get better one with Rey. Yeah, sequel trilogy is an interesting thing. I'm not sure how I feel about it overall. Like, it has nice visual effects and it looks visually appealing, but the story's a little... I mean, they didn't have any cohesion going on there. They obviously... Oh, wow, this is a nasty foil line. I remember pulling this out of a pack. Yeah, I definitely pulled this pack fresh, but man, that foil line's rough. It's right through the middle of her head. Maybe you can't see it on the camera, but it looks really wonky. That is the word of the day. Wonky. It doesn't look bad on camera. Yeah. I mean, it's not terrible. It just looks like her head got bisected by a foil line. And here's one without a foil line, and this one also got a mint 9. I really like the green on it. It really pops. That's a nice looking card. Wow. Looks really nice in the case. I'm impressed. I didn't think it would look that nice, but wow, that's really great. That is it Yavin 4 is the War Room. Looks really great. This one got an 8. Russians have entered the chat with their website. If you'd like, you can go to it. I'm sure it's a great website, but I probably should just block them so I don't get spammed. Another 8. Yeah, I mean, I just don't get how PSA, because they're supposed to be about like visual appeal of the cards, or at least that's what they claim. So I don't understand how like foil line cards can pull like such high grades, because it really is jarring sometimes, and it's like they don't They don't even care. I also got an 8 as well. Jeff will spam us. Okay, it's good to know. We got our local spammer ready to go and on call. Okay, 2 left. Also an 8. I like it. I think I mentioned before how I like how Decipher, what's the word? I'm thinking Photoshop. They masked it quite nicely. So you can see the white bits, right, are not foiled, but the parts around them are. So it has this really nice effect when you look at it. Chewy foil 8. Yeah, these Reflections 1 foils, I feel like are going to be pretty difficult to pull really high grades in just because sometimes the crown of the pack is already wonky. Again, word of the day. Gotta love it. So how y'all doing tonight? I actually haven't seen the new Boba Fett yet. Is it any good? I saw people posting memes about it, but I just haven't had a chance to see it. Okay, we're into a dark side card now. Okay, this is really interesting. All right, so right, these are the dark side Endor foils. So I don't know if you can see, but again, that vibrant Endor flair to it. One thing with dark side Endor foils is they always have this kind of probably can't see it, but almost all of them have this edge wear on the left edge of the card. I have no idea why, but that's just the way they are. So I wanted to submit a few just to see what they would do. And apparently this one got an 8, which is probably on the higher end of what I could hope for, because I don't know if they could really get a 9. Like, they all have the edge wear. I think there's a term for it. What's it called? Feathering? Is that what it's called? Some of the later Reflection sets have problems with it. Like, I think Reflections 3, I've seen a few Darth Maul Young Apprentices that have it. Okay, a little bit out of order. Okay, Chewie 9. Nice. Alien and a Rebel. Yeah. Chewie 8. The Tempest? Is that the one? Oh yeah, the Tempest is a good looking card in foil, I agree. Those Endor foils, they really pop. I feel like once they kind of get out into the collector populace as graded cards, I think they'll really catch on. Does this one have a foil line? It does. Jeff says the 4th episode was better, but still meh. At the point where I want to see Boba disintegrate somebody or do something cool. Okay, so a lot of story and not much fighting. All right. Yeah, that sounds about right for the series. Star Wars CCG to the Moon says, I love the walkers. Yes, me too. The walkers are quite nice. Another Chewie 8. And ooh, nice. Gem Mint 10 Chewbacca foil from Reflections 1. Centering's dead on. Back centering also dead on. No edge white. No foil lines. I'd call this a win. Nice. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being there. Appreciate it. What is that emoji, Will? Oh, is that clapping? It's clapping. Okay. Thank you very much. Star Wars PSA gods here with us right now. Yoda Senior Council member. All right, this is what I graded now. 9. Let's grow. Exactly. In it to win it. Ooh, this one only pulled a 7. Rough. Again, I think I was trying to, for some of these, put in like a rough one in the beginning, but I don't see too much wrong with this. Edge white, not really apparent. Can't see. Maybe there's surface wear that is not immediately visible. Maybe there's some like corner dings or something. I don't know. Would be more apparent upon closer inspection, but maybe that's why you need the jeweler's loop, as JP and those guys say. But 8 on this one. But as Darth Vader said at the end of Return of the Jedi, I can see them with my own 2 eyes. So I'm just trying to be like Darth Vader. 9. Do you guys like the puppet Yoda better or the CGI Yoda better? Like this Yoda, this is the puppet Yoda, I believe. He just looks kind of old and tired. I actually like the CGI one a little bit, which is interesting because I know lots of people don't really like all the CGI redos, like special edition and all that stuff. But I feel like this is one instance where they actually might have made Yoda a little bit more expressive looking with the CGI. You're meant to 8. What did they foil in the background? Did they foil his couch? Yeah, they foiled his couch a little bit. Gotta keep his couch all nice and shiny, right? And an 8 on this one. I do think, again, I've mentioned it so many times, but Cypher really did hit it out of the park with these foils, in my opinion. 8. And another 8. Tarbox. CCG the Moon says, made me think of CGI Jabba. Yeah, CGI Jabba, I don't know if I'm quite as positive on as CGI Yoda. Jeff says, I don't mind Puppy Yoda and think it looks good, but it just didn't make sense and it felt out of place. Yeah, I don't mind. Because again, in the original trilogy, okay, here we go. Another Endor foil, another Walker. Tempest Scout 4. Got that flare going on. Near mint to mint 8. I'd suspect that's probably the cap for these cards because, again, they all have that edge. It's hard to get it to show on camera, but all along that left edge there. Yeah, I mean, in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, Puppet Yoda was great because he's like an old, like, I don't know, it just somehow worked with the scenery. You know what I mean? But in Episode 1, it didn't. I don't know. It just kind of felt cold and lifeless. But again, parts of the movie kind of did feel that way in general. Okay, near mint 7 on this one. Again, I'm not too surprised that these things get dinged on their grades because they kind of come out of the pack looking funky. I remember that actually I pulled a Tempest 1 foil. One of these is probably when I was a kid. I pulled one when I was a kid, and I remember thinking like that it had like wear on it, and it was kind of odd. Yeah. Oh, but this one got near mint to mint 8. Yeah, look at that flare. What's that they say in, look at that laser. It's pretty darn cool. What did they say in, what's that movie, American Psycho? Talking about the business cards, like the subtle thickness, tasteful thickness. I don't know. I'm not a movie buff, but I just think it's funny for the memes. Okay, another Tempest 1 foil. Near mint to mint 8. And I'm guessing this is another Tempest foil. Yep, near mint to mint 8 on that one as well. I'd be very suspicious if any of these ever get like 9s or 10s, if they've been like sheet cut or something out of the nearly infinite numbers of Endor sheets that seem to be in stock at a certain notorious eBay seller. This is the 3rd out of 6 that I have today to finish this off. The 3rd stack. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, Zuckus foils. Okay, so now we're getting into, I think, some of the ones that I pulled. So basically, I opened like a few boxes of Reflections 1 and then just submitted them pack fresh. So this will tell you kind of what you can expect to get out of Reflections 1 boxes. I think I cleaned them up a little bit because they have that film on them, you know. CCG and say, I got one of those sheets from said notorious seller. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how much stuff they got there. Someone, I think multiple people have said they bought out like Cyber's surplus when they went out of business. So yeah, they got a bunch of stuff there. Okay, got another Tempest 1 foil here. You're mint to mint 8 on that. At one point, they had a bunch of Tempest foils, and I think Raffi made a video on them, like saying like, okay, they're like super rare and stuff like that, right? And then someone went and bought all the rest of them out from said notorious seller, like after that video was made. So someone has a bunch of Tempest 1 foils. Speaking of which, yet another one. You're mint to mint 8. Need to get it framed light so we end up very shiny. Yeah, exactly. If the light hits that in the right way, you're going to go blind. Okay. Lando foil. You're meant to mint 8. This is going to be another difficult one to grade, I bet, because look at all that foiling background behind him. He's smiling. He's so happy. You couldn't even tell he's about to cross you, right? Smile like that. How could he do something like that? You love that I got the Tempest foils graded? Yeah. No, I was really curious to see how they do. Oh, this one's a near mint 7. He's got some surface scratches on it. I don't remember why I chose to submit this one. I think it might have even come out of the pack that way. Yeah. Because I remember... Yeah, why did I submit this one? Yeah, you can see, it might be hard to see there. Some foil scratches. Yeah, I think I was just hell-bent on submitting whatever I pulled out of the packs. And I was like, you know, I probably shouldn't, but just damn. You're mint 8 on this one. Shiny Lando. Greedo. Ooh. All right, Gem Mint 10 on this Greedo. That is cool. Look how shiny he is. Yeah, good centering on this one. Bang on. Love it. Jason Fox said, just got here. Did I miss any 10s? Yes, you did. Got 110 earlier. We got a Chewy Reflections foil 10. So 2 Reflections, 110s actually. Alex said, is there an eBay seller with all the light side uncut sheets and rare sheets reputable? I wasn't sure if they're part of the Facebook group. Yes, they are reputable. They're a very, very big store. I mean, actually, I could just say who it is. Like, it's Wild Thing Games on eBay. So for those of you who are wondering who we're talking about, because they have like bajillion Star Wars, you know, things in stock. Yeah, I mean, their stuff's all legit as far as I can tell. There's some rumors. I don't know if they're rumors or, well, I mean, I don't know if they're true or not, but people will claim like, well, some of their foils are like professionally cut, like non-factory, but I've gotten them graded. I mean, some of these ones are probably from there and they're good enough for PSA. So I guess in that sense, they're good enough for me. Yeah, they seem to have like an infinite supply of some of these things. Like they're always restocking. I think someone's been buying them out, the very rare foil sets for Reflections 1. They got them in, like they keep having them for like $35 for like 88 foils. I probably shouldn't say that because now people are, you know, going to hop on that. But, you know, it's pretty good value, right? I mean, 80 foils for $35. Like get like Commander Luke in there, a few other main characters, some nice Star Destroyers, X-Wings, things like that. Snow Speeders. Yeah, lots of good stuff. Oh, got a 9 on one of them. Nice. Yeah, all that foiling, it's going to be really hard, especially in Reflections 1, because those things just come out of the pack weird sometimes. Okay, Dark Side. Are we heading to Dark Side Lando? Oh, more Greedos. A 9 Greedo. Greedo's one of your favorite foils. Yeah, I like Greedo. He's got that, I don't know, something about his eyes looks really nice when they're foiled. Ooh, Throns. Okay, I've got another Thrawn. I'm guessing these are not going to pull the highest grades because I submitted a bunch of Throns last time, so I don't know if I just had a bunch more like waiting or if I submitted the ones that didn't submit the first time, so these are like the leftovers, but you know. Okay, Zuckuss foil. 8. And I think top to bottom also Reflections 1 just has a lot more interesting cards. Like with 2 and 3, they kind of had to stretch it, I feel like. So a lot of the foils you get out of the pack are kind of like I don't know. I don't think they're quite as interesting. Although maybe from a financial perspective, they're like worth more just because they're rarer. But I feel like the ones in Reflections 1 are the cards that I kind of remember collecting and looking cool when I was, collecting the game back in the day. Zuckuss foil 9. Because like I remember all these cards, like yeah, Zuckuss, like trying to pull him in Degulaw. Remember that? Or IG 2000. Look at that little thruster. Look at that. It's like you zoom over and it flares up. Isn't that cool? It's not like, some cards like from other Star Wars TCGs that I'm not going to mention the name of. Oops. Did I just do that? Yeah. Where like the whole card is just like foiled and it's all right. Like, but I don't know, just something about that. Like attention to detail, Something about it. Okay, another IG 2000, Mint 9. So that's IG 88's ship. IG 88 being the assassin droid who looks very similar to, is it IG 11? Is that the one in Mandalorian? Assassin droid. Vader's lightsaber. Mint 9. So yeah, I definitely pulled these from Reflections boxes. The memories are coming back to me. I pulled them from the box and it was just like, yeah, I'm going to submit these to PSA and see how they do. So you're getting a preview of kind of what would happen if you opened a Reflections 1 box and submitted to PSA, although I think there might be a couple boxes in here as I just pull yet another Vader's lightsaber. Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of these were from boxes. Although now a Reflections 1 box is going for what, like around, there you go, Blizzard 1. I think our Reflections 1 box is going for about like maybe $1,000 now. Is that crazy? That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Star Wars CCG the Moon. Star Wars CCG's best looking Star Wars cards, not even close. Yeah, I agree with you. Not biased at all. Maybe a little. Another Reflections 1. Or Blizzard 1 foil. So Blizzard 1 is General Veers' AT-AT, right? Yep. General Veers' AT-AT. It's kind of like the leader, because Blizzard 1 was an R1, which, again, for those who aren't as familiar with the early rares, had like the R1s are the rarer ones, and then R2s are the more common rares, so to say. And then Blizzard 2, I think, was an R2. So Blizzard 1 was kind of a slightly more desirable card. Whoo! Gem Mint 10 Blizzard 2, as we talked about, how Blizzard 2 isn't as desirable. Still not bad. Looks nice. It's got that nice close-up, though. I actually might like the picture of Blizzard 2 a little bit more, because it's like menacing, like it's going to shoot you down. Not bad getting these Gem Mint 10 Reflections 1 cards. Jeff says, yeah, Reflections 1 box is around $1,000. May crack one of my Reflections boxes for fun. Yeah, just The one thing I have to say, again, I think I mentioned it in the previous video, so now we're going to box number 4 out of 6. We got 3 more boxes left. The thing is that when you open them, sometimes you will get, it'll look like the cards are like dirty or something. It's like I don't even know how to explain. Like maybe it's somehow gotten there over the years, and maybe it was always there. I don't think so, but I bought cards from people that have that like layer on them. You got to take it off with a microfiber towel or something, because otherwise it just looks dingy, for lack of a better word. Okay. Super laser foil, mint 9. Funny, I think I mentioned previously, gummy. Yeah, I think I mentioned previously that I got a PSA 10 of these because I remember I thought the card looked really cool. Though I think it's just an R2 from A New Hope. Then I submitted it and I got a 10 on it. And I think I actually sold that to someone in this chat at some point in time. Yeah, you like that Blizzard too? It's really sick, isn't it? Another mint 9 super laser. Love how the foiling goes through the little the ringlets on the laser, and then the laser itself looks really nice. And then actually the part that really pops are these little I don't know, power conduits or whatever you want to call them. Those really seem to pop on the card. Looks really nice. Like honestly, if I were going to like a sports card show and I saw these in the case, ooh, Gem Mint 10 Avenger foil. That's nice. I kind of always liked Avenger. I don't know why. I think it was one of the first Star Destroyers I pulled. Yeah, it's got a nice picture too. It's kind of at a nice angle. The stars are shiny. We're doing pretty well. Super Laser looks great, yeah. Got Japanese foil Vader with that gummy look. I have no idea what it was. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like certain cards, like Reflections one where I noticed it the most. Although I guess it could be in Reflections, the other sets too, but I haven't seen many Reflections 2 or 3 cards that have it. Another thing too I've noticed with some of the case toppers or box toppers is sometimes they seem to have some wear from the probably the plastic sleeve that's really unique to those cards that I don't really see on any other cards. Devastator 9. So Devastator, the interesting thing here is technically this is a super rare foil. Although, like looking at the card, you wouldn't necessarily know. It just seems like another Star Destroyer, but this one's rarer than the other ones, other than Executor. Still looks really nice. Forlom, mint 9. For some reason, when I was a kid, I think Forlom was my favorite bounty hunter. I'm not sure why. Because he's a droid, but IG-88 is a droid too. Actually, I liked IG-88 too. Actually, I liked them all. Trick question. Dengar. At 9. Nice shiny armor there, right? See, it's little things like that they did right on the card, right? Like the armor is shiny, but the cloth parts of his armor are not. Just the metal parts. Like little things like that. Isn't that cool? Did you ever read that book, The Tales of the Bounty Hunters? I loved that book. I was a kid. Tales of the Bounty Hunter. Rancor. See, this card should be popular now because of Book of Boba Fett, right? Because eyes are glowy. I always like these creature cards. I guess that's why I graded some Wampas, right? Which are just like a kind of a not too what's the word I'm looking for? Not desirable, but they're not too valuable of a rare from Hoth. But man, I like those Wampa cards. I don't think I graded any foil Wampas though, did I? I hope I did. Come on me from, gosh, more than a year ago. Did you grade some Dark Side Wampas? No, but you graded Bosk. Lots of bounty hunters. It's alright. Bosk is, can't complain about any of these. Again, Reflections 1 has some really, I don't think any of the foils are really, duds. Some of them are kind of, jokes like the reflections foil because it's the reflection set, or like some of them just look cool, like slip sliding away because it's got all that like tube stuff that shows up well. Oh, darn, I thought this was going to be a 10. I was going to be so ecstatic to get a PSA 10 Salacious Crumb, but I'll sell it for a 9. So overall, I do think the pack fresh ones are probably a little bit better on average. So I'm pulling lots of 9s with the occasional 10. So that's promising. The thing that's rough about, I feel like, pulling a box is if you start opening them and you get like a foil line going through some of them, you can kind of tell like you're probably going to get a bunch of foil lines in your box. And if you really are judicious, is that the right word I'm looking for? Meticulous, that's probably the word. You can go to the collector's encyclopedia and look up the foil sheets for your respective, rares and all that. It's tricky because in Reflections 1, there's actually, I think, 2 different foil sheets for both light side and dark side. And you can go and see where your foil line would extend to. That sort of thing. All right. Light side Death Stars. This was always an interesting card. And what's interesting about this one also is normally the light side locations will have the lighter looking location, but because Death Star is primarily a dark side site, the light side version is actually darker looking. So I thought that was a fun trick, so to say. Is the only purpose of this just to make them lose more force when you blow up the Death Star? I think there's like some objectives like they tried to make around this, but I think like outdated now. I don't know. It'd be fun to try to play that. I think it just requires too many cards to be competitive, is my understanding of it. But again, I'm not a very good player, so definitely don't take that as gospel. I've just gotten into it pretty recently. Mint 9 on this one. Also mint 9. It does look pretty cool. How you can see kind of the outline of it if you, kind of do this. This is a special edition card, right? Yes, that's when the objectives came out. What's interesting is because this is the light side, and it's based on light side, it's right side up on the back. So, Another one. Man, I got a lot of these. I actually do remember getting quite a few of these from the packs. I don't think they're all from the packs, but a lot of them were. Because I remember opening them and I'm like, why am I getting so many of these? But hey, they look real nice. I think they're underappreciated, right? Because I know that the other... Ooh, man, this is a nice looking... Look how shiny this is. I don't know if that's showing up on the camera. Endor Celebration. Only near mint to mint 8, though. But wow. That really pops. What was I going to say? But the edge wear is kind of a dark side Endor foil thing. This one actually doesn't have much edge wear, but must have some other wear. Yeah, I could see a few scratches maybe on the back. It might be on the case. I can't tell. But it looks really nice, and that's kind of why I submitted it, because I was just looking at this card thinking like, wow, this would look great in a case. Star Wars CCG the Moon says, light side Death Star lets you play an attacker on deck without having to play against a dark side deck that has Death Star in it. Yeah. Endor Celebration. Okay, another one. This one's a mint 9. It looks really cool. I mean, seriously, look at those fireworks. They're like all shiny. They actually did a good job foiling on this. Like, I know the foiling is really apparent there, but actually in the picture, the only part that's foiled is the fireworks. So these should be the celebration after the Rebels won and destroyed the second Death Star. Yeah, I was trying to make a attacker on deck like modern cards. Ooh, I love this card. It just looks so cool. Rendezvous Point. I mean, look, it's just like a friggin' galaxy. How could you not like that? Like, it's great. It doesn't really seem Star Wars-y, but it looks awesome. Like this is kind of like what they're looking out of, and the was the redemption like at the end of Empire Strikes Back when Luke, gets his bionic hand put on, and they're like looking out. They're kind of like, is this like what they're looking out of the window at? I don't recall, something like that. And I think like in gameplay wise, it allows like light side to have all sorts of fun things they can do. Okay, let's see if we can add some more PSA 10 Falcons to the report to join cams. So this one only got a near mint to mint 8. It's kind of unfortunate because I think this was a pack fresh one, wasn't it? It could be. Oh well, what can you do? Looks nice. Looks amazing, actually. This one got a mint 9. Love that card. It's one of my favorite ones as a kid. Millennium Falcon. I really liked the well, you can't see it on this card, but I particularly liked how the engine looked for some reason. Just something about it looked really good. Okay. Ooh. Okay, well that's different. So Panaka, Protector of the Queen from Theed is a PSA 10. So this is the non-AI version, by the way, because it doesn't have the golden circle there. Centering's good. Edge white's good. Nice card. Pancake. There we go. 2 more boxes left. What do we have waiting for us here? I remember some of the cards I had at the very end. I think just throwing random cards in. So hopefully it, the good grades keep flowing. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully me from 2 years ago or 1.5 years ago, whenever it was, did a good job. Right? It's like a time capsule, right? We're looking back to the past and hoping we made the right choices. Isn't that what life is like, right? You pay for the choices you made like 10 years ago, or I guess you could reap the rewards on a more positive note. Tyrant. Mint 9. So this was what, Hoth? Okay. Yeah, Hoth had what? Tyrant, and there was another one in Hoth, right? Another Star Destroyer. Yes, it was Admiral Ozzel. Admiral Ozzel's Death Squadron. As clumsy as he is stupid. Oh, wait. I see an upside down card here. What could this be? It's a light side card and it's upside down. Does anyone know what this could be? What did I submit? I really don't know. Okay, this has piqued my curiosity. Anyone want to place bets on what this is? Panaka's Star Wars CCG, the moon says Panaka's value has been popping lately. It's good to know you. Episode 1's kind of going crazy as a whole. I'll leave this here for a few seconds. Death Star? Is it Death Star? It's light side, though. Because the light side Death Star, maybe they just put it upside down. Because if it was dark side, I'd say, yeah, it's probably Death Star. But it's light side, so that's why I don't know what it would be. So it's upside down. I'll leave this here, and we can take some comments, because I know I'm on a little bit of a delay. I want to hear if anyone can think of what that is, because I really have no idea what it is. Maybe it'll just be like a random character card they put upside down. That'd be pretty funny. Vengeance. So that's the special edition Star Destroyer. Mint 9. Not bad. Yeah, I love these Reflections 1 foils. They're just so many good ones. Executor foil, mint 9. Yeah, okay. I remember pulling that as a kid, or when you were younger in the 90s. Executor. Getting his, I think it was the first sideways card, so it just seemed like at the engine flare right there. Look at that. It's like, oh, you can have unlimited pilots, passengers, vehicles, and starfighters. That just sounded so cool. It's like a Timmy card, like it has big numbers on it. You're like, oh, this is awesome, right? Okay, well, I haven't gotten any comments on this, so I'm just going to flip it and see what it is, because the curiosity is getting the best of me. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, I guess they just didn't know what way to place it or something. They just weren't looking. Okay, Cloud City Downtown Plaza foil. I mean, it's a nice looking location. Got the skies popping in the background. All right. think that was the case with a lot of the Reflections 1 foils. Like a lot of them were main characters, and then some of them were just cards that looked nice. And I think that's probably why this was, unless there was some reason that it was really like key to gameplay. Well, that was interesting. That really wasn't what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. Yeah, another Executor foil. And 9. Do you guys like Executor or Flagship Executor better? They're kind of like personas of the same card, right? I guess I like Executor because I pulled it, you know. Is that going to be worth anything now? Boba Fett? His blaster rifle? Does he use a blaster rifle anymore? Does he just talk to people? I don't know. Maybe that's like a 90s thing. No, Boba Fett. Boba Fett has changed his ways. He does not do that anymore. No incinerate. No disintegrations. That's what it was. No disintegrations. Took that to heart. Oh, nice. Gem Mint 10 lightsaber proficiency. It's got that nice like 90s CGI, or not 90s, 70s. The 70s, yeah, like where the lightsaber was done with like the glowing rod and then the lighting and whatever the post effects were. Still iconic card. I think it's still useful, right? Star Wars CCG, the man prefers the original Executor. Like this is one of those cards that's actually still used now, isn't it? Because it basically like makes your lightsaber user really buff. Awesome. I'm glad we're hitting some 10s. Like this is really cool. Yeah, it's nice because like even these like, you know, to collectors, lots of times I feel like these red cards, so to say, like the interrupts and effects and things like that, were a little bit overlooked. Because it's like when you pull it out of a pack, you're like, well, I didn't get Darth Vader, so like maybe it wasn't a win as far as the pack goes. But some of them look really nice and some of them are really iconic, and I feel like they might hopefully become more appreciated as time goes on by people other than just players. Jabba's Sail Barge, Mint 9. Pretty cool. I think that was one of the first cards I actually pulled out of a Reflections 1 pack, if I recall. Star Wars CCG to the Moon says that is used especially by kitchen table players. Good to know. Oh, all right, we're on a roll here. Gem Mint 10, Jabba's Sail Barge. Would you look at that? See, they just made the barge itself shiny. The sand isn't shiny, which probably makes Annie Skywalker happy that they're not giving the sand too much attention, right? And then they go and they bury his lightsaber in the sand at the end of episode 9. I mean, come on. Talk about kicking a guy when he's down, right? It's like, I know you hated sand, and we're just going to bury your lightsaber in a ton of sand. Not a happy camper, I bet. They should have shown his Force Ghost. You know, what do you think his Force Ghost would have been doing? Probably wouldn't be very happy. That's what. Anyways. Okay, this card's been really hot recently. Princess Leia Organa foil, Mint 9. This one is. Yeah, this card's been selling, I think, for like regularly like what, 20 to 30 bucks raw. And from what people have said on the Facebook group, it is definitely not a very useful card from a gameplay perspective. Like the comments, yeah, exactly. Sequels are, I don't know. They're good movies, maybe if they weren't Star Wars, but they just don't feel like Star Wars, except they have Star Wars characters in them. Luke should have spread his ashes on Tatooine. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that I mean, with the sequel trilogy, you never know. Maybe they were going to do that at some point. They Tom Tell Scrooge, Jabba's Palace, Mint 9. So this is not the foil version, so it seems like I've gone into like some other category of cards now. I'm not sure what exactly these are. Did I bust a Jabba's Palace box? Another Mint 9 Tom Tell. So again, this is Lando's spy identity when he snuck into Jabba's palace. And a light side Mint 9 from Cloud City. Yeah, it seems like I just I don't know, did they bust open some boxes from back in the day? They were only probably like 100 to 150 bucks at the time, so very well could have been. They have Rebel Princess 8. The funny thing is, I feel like this card, because you don't have the full model picture of Leia, like the other one, she's kind of how do I say it? She's posing like a model, but in this one you kind of just have her portrait. And I feel like just because the other version's more iconic from kind of how you remember seeing the movie, even though this is more expensive as a raw card, and I feel like the price of these cards are being driven by collectors, I wonder if that card will be, more desired just for, being shiny and those sorts of things. Because this one's not shiny, but I think it's more useful from a gameplay perspective, being Reflections 3. Lots of those cards are just, as far as non-virtual cards go, from my understand, kind of the pinnacle of peak. Pinnacle peak? It's not like a steakhouse or something. Anyways, the pinnacle of power. All right, Son of Skywalker, Reflections. Well, Near Mint 8. I liked this card when I pulled out Dagobah. Sultry, is that the word we're looking for? Alex, sultry? Very well could be. Oh, this one only got a Near Mint 7. I'm pretty sure this was pack fresh too. What happened? Obi-Wan's lightsaber. Oh, it's got some weird surface wear on it. That is weird. But again, I'm pretty sure this was pack fresh. So again, there's just some weird things sometimes with Reflections 1 cards. Okay, here's the Hall Wings report in. Again, this was another pack fresh card, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I would just pull out a Hall Wings report in. This card actually looks really nice. Look in, there's engine flare on there. Yeah. So yeah, you can get PSA 7s and 8s straight out of a pack. It can happen. But this one pulled a 9. All right, now we are on to our last box. We made pretty good time tonight, so thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for being a part of this PSA return journey. I actually do still have one of another submission of 200 cards that I got in right before PSA shut down. So no idea when that'll be coming back, because that hasn't even entered the grading phase yet, or even the research and ID phase, I don't think. Is it in research and ID? It hasn't entered the point where I see the individual cards, so I think it might be research and ID. But yeah, that'll come back. Who knows when? And then I'll try to get more submissions going as soon as I can sell some of these and funnel the money back into useful things like buying cardboard. So the plan, right? Jeff says Obi's saber is weird. It's one of the ugliest card designs because you can glimpse into his home, and so it's cool in that regard. Yeah, I mean, you hardly really see the lightsaber in there. It's kind of just on a desk. So they didn't focus on the lightsaber, really. They focused on, his home, maybe. Maybe that was really the point. Oh. Well, that's cool. Gem Mint 10, Cloud City, Downtown Plaza. Why is it in this box? I don't understand. Did I do that when I submitted it? I mean, I might have. Well, for all the Cloud City fans out there, maybe... did my video seem to have frozen? Hold on. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Okay, let me do this. Here we go. Sorry. There we go. Let me get this arranged a bit better. There we go. Thanks, guys, for the encouraging words. Yeah, this is really interesting looking. This is really cool. as I say in a deadpan tone. Visage of the Emperor in 9. I seem to recall I had like a few of these. Let's see if that's true. It's got the old, didn't they use like a horse's eyes or something for his eyes before they went and put in the episode 1-ified Darth Sidious version? It's one of the few remnants that hasn't been redone by George Lucas, you know, in his quest to CGI everything. Oh, I see. That's for every return video or FAQ has people yelling out, "Let's go, let's go." I should do that. I should. Let it all out. Like that 80s song says, right? Shout, shout, let it all out. Is that what we're going to do? I will let a lot of these cards out, hopefully, in the coming weeks to all the excited collectors out there who hopefully are remembering these treasures from when they were younger. Midnight again. It is interesting some of the choices they made when they were making the movie, right? Because, you know, if they have the Emperor look like that, but then they show him in Return of the Jedi, and then he doesn't have those like eyes, like, you know, what was kind of going through their head, or maybe it's one of those things where they don't really know what they're doing and they're just going with it. Planning to auction them. I am planning to auction some of them. I'm not sure which ones or how many, but oh, I like your necklace. Look at that. It's so shiny. It's like that's the only part. It's so cool. It's like her necklace. Yeah, that's the only part that's foiled. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to auction some. I'll have to figure out which ones and, you know, what order and that sort of thing. But yeah, some of them will probably be like buy it nows and some will probably be auctions. Ooh. Well, that's cool. Okay, Black Sun Fleet Reflections 2, Gem Mint 10. So this is an Admiral's order, I believe. He aged and shrank like Papa Yoda. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was a frail but strong dark Jedi. This is a cool looking card. This is what it's got Shizor's ship, and I don't know the other two. I probably should, but that's the what's that thing called? What's this ship called? I can't remember. Visage? Virago, that's what it was called. Virago. This is kind of fun because these ones are like all over the place, I feel like. What are these cards? Oh, another Gem Mint 10. Taking them with us. Death Star 2. They really like these Admiral's orders. They do look cool. This is what? When the is this when the A-Wing got hit and he's hitting the what do you call that? The bridge of the Star Destroyer. This is light side card. Very cool. How are the Admiral's orders, anyways? By the way, I remember was it Fatty made a video where he talked about they were kind of like they kind of just changed the way the game was flowing whenever someone played one. I just think they look cool too, but I don't know. I haven't seen many of them in the deck list when I was looking at tournament decks. Maybe they've been like shielded out. I'm not sure, or maybe there's just better cards now. Okay. He doesn't have a name. He doesn't have a name. Poor Tarkin. He's just Premier. Poor Tarkin. Oh my, that's an interesting misprint. Star Wars CG Moon says some are played in serious decks. Okay. Poor Tarkin, man. He's the man with no name. Still a good looking card though. But yeah, interesting. I've never seen anything like that. I know people will put them in like the wrong sets. People meaning PSA will be like, okay, Reflections foil is like in the, they'll call it like whatever the icon is from. I actually had a wrong one that I tried to correct them and they didn't believe me or whatever. I think it was like, was it commenced primary ignition? They said it was from like Dagobah or something. And I was like, no, it's not. But they just kept it as Dagobah. But this is just like, didn't even put his name. Like if you were just looking at this title, like whatever. It's cool. Maybe Andy Talaga wants that as part of his misprint collection. Okay. Admiral Akbar foil, mint 9. This card is not a trap. It's quite nice, actually. Quite nice. Another Akbar, PSA 9, mint. And I'm, of course, definitely going to say something about it not being a trap in the auction when I list these if I do. Because I just have to. Right. Right. Okay. We only have this many cards left, so let's make it worth it. With a mint 9 punishing 1. So that is Dengar's ship, right? Yeah, Dengar. Yeah, those were always good when you got like the ships or the bounty hunters from Dagobah. I think I already talked about how like in the previous video about how when you pull Dagobah, it's just like a bunch of random cards in every pack, like a bunch of like animals in the swamps and then like swampy things and then occasionally asteroid things and you then eventually you're like, oh, I got Yoda out of a pack. It's like, ooh, PSA 10 Mist Hunter. Ooh, Zuckus' ship. So I guess the moral here, judging from the distribution of the PSA 10s we've been getting, is that, yeah, you are more likely to get one like pack fresh, go figure, than trying to find like PSA 10 cards in the wild. Makes sense for a card that's like, what, 20 years old? So hoping that like there's been like no scratches or dings on it after 20 years is a pretty big ask. So, your Mint 8 Tonica Sisters. Someone had the funny idea, and it would be pretty funny, to try to get a PSA 2 on it just so you could complete the 2s, right? Because you can notice it has like a 2 for Destiny, 2 power, 2 ability, 2 deploy, 2 forfeit cost, and a bunch of other 2s here. So, if you get a PSA 2, you can just complete the 2s on it. It might be hard to aim for a PSA 2, I feel like, because you gotta rough it up pretty bad, but not bad enough that it gets like a 1, or is there like even a 0.5? I don't know. How do you aim exactly for a 2? So maybe someday someone will just take a bunch of Tonica Sisters and just start like, folding them and roughing them around and try to hit gold. Hit 9 on this one though. So no 2s tonight. Star Wars CCG says you feel like having a good night tonight on the 10s. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it certainly feels that way. And I think I know what these are. Ben Kenobi's. I say 8 on each of these, and that is all she wrote. Nice looking card though. It's got a lot of foiling background. Might be hard to hit a good grade on this one. I don't remember why I threw these ones in. I feel like, I don't know. Some of these choices are interesting in hindsight. Can't recall why exactly I did that. So yeah, I think I got more PSA 10s in this like batch today, even though I have much less, fewer, as Dennis Baratheon would say, fewer cards tonight. Yeah, these are the 10s I had before from many, many more cards, and here are the 10s from today. So we actually got a, decent amount of 10s, right? Like, not too bad. I'd definitely say they've made it more stringent. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, thanks for joining me tonight. It's been a pleasure having you here with the grade reveal. It's that's part of the fun, right? I'm glad I got to share it with you guys. So thanks for tuning in. I don't want to just be like sitting here in my basement dwelling around. I could think of more Rudyisms to say, like in the cardboard castle. yeah, I mean, that's part of what makes it fun is the community, right? Like, I'm really happy in hindsight that um, I was able to get the submission out because at the time, like, um, this is what back towards the end of probably like quarter three, maybe quarter four, probably around quarter three of 2020. So, graded cards weren't really a thing at the time. I mean, they were as like a hobbyist only. There you go, floppy tacos, as Jeff says. Yeah, Brad, before later, lots of good stuff tonight. Yep, done pretty well. But yeah, like, there were hobbyists collecting. Like, of course, JP was, assembling his master set of Star Wars CCG to be graded. But in terms of just like finding cards in the wild, there really wasn't much. I mean, there were a few out there, but they kind of just sat there on eBay and they're few and far between. People kind of fear what they don't really, I could say understand, but yeah, just what they haven't been exposed to. Maybe that's a better way to put it. And it just wasn't really a thing. So no one really just pursued it because it hasn't been done. So sometimes you just need a bit of inertia to get things going. Like if something is intrinsically good, sometimes it just needs a little bit of push to get things going. So hopefully that's kind of, what I'm hoping happens here because, I really liked, I'm sure many other people liked collecting these in the 90s. And it was just kind of surprising to me when I got into Pokemon that, for whatever reason, people kind of forgot about Star Wars. I guess the game did theoretically, I don't like the word die because it sounds so negative. But yeah, that's probably why I kind of just fell out, out of sight, out of mind, and that sort of thing. Jeff says Rudy's fun to listen to, just a good character. Yeah, I love his videos. It's for those who aren't familiar, Rudy is Alpha Investments on YouTube. Talks about Magic the Gathering investing and that sort of thing, and random life stories. Yeah, I think we had a pretty good haul, all in all things considered. Yeah, and I do think that just looking at the cards, looking at the grades they got compared to my last submission, I do think they've been a little bit more stringent this time as far as getting grades. Like I feel like a lot of the 8s this time would have been 9s last time. I don't know about the 9s being 10s just because 10s are kind of like, why is Tonica's sisters here? I mean, she's a 10 at heart. I'll say that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, 10s are kind of unpredictable. But in the 8 and 9 range, they're pretty broad as far as conditions of cards are concerned. And yeah, I feel like they've just gotten a little bit more stringent. Again, maybe that's just like, within the normal variation and that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm not really sure. It's the sort of thing like confirmation bias could be really easy to say that sort of thing. Like someone else might get their submission back and maybe they got an easier grader and they're finding it easier. But I've heard comments from a few people kind of suggesting that seems to be the case where maybe they're cranking down a little bit more on the grades. And I mean, that kind of makes sense because they've had so many submissions that it might be really easy for the population to get out of control if they don't kind of at least think about tightening up a little bit. So anyhow, yeah, thanks for sticking with me. I'd show off some of the other cards, but I don't want to show off what a mess the place is right now. Maybe we can open this bad boy, huh? I think we should do that. Should we open this up? I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. Bad idea. That'd be really bad. But I just wanted to show it off because it's really cool. Yeah, I love those Reflections 3-packs. It's too bad they're just, at that point you're basically burning like a like Joker style, like an entire mountain of money if you were to try to open that thing. But it would be a lot of fun. And as Joker said when he burned the mountain of money in, was the name of the movie The Dark Knight? Yeah. Heath Ledger Joker, when he burned the mountain, it's like it's not about money, it's about sending a message. So maybe someday when we want to send a message, we can do something like that. But for today, I think we had a good haul. Thanks y'all for joining me. I think we made pretty good time. We're ending right about before 10 p.m. Pacific time. Hopefully I didn't keep you all up too long past your bedtimes, but may the force be with you all. Hopefully we'll have some more content coming soon. I'll try to get some of these listed on eBay, or feel free to reach out to me in the Star Wars CCG graded group, as the banner says on the bottom. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. I know coronavirus is going crazy out there, so just do what you can to stay safe. May the force be with you all, and have a good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated.